In a quiet little village surrounded by nature, there lived a kind and curious young girl who loves to smiling. Every day, she would wander happily through the flowers and trees, exploring the beauty of nature. One magical morning, while exploring deeper than before, she discovered a mysterious forest glowing. The moment she stepped inside, the forest felt alive around her, as if the trees and plants were breathing magic. As she looked in wonder, she suddenly noticed a glowing light floating softly through the air. Slowly and gently, the glowing light drifted closer toward, shining brighter with every second that passed. The little light transformed into a beautiful fairy with glowing wings and a warm, gentle smile. "Hello there," the fairy whispered softly, her magical voice echoing gently through the glowing forest around them. The young girl stood very still in amazement, surprised by what she saw. The fairy looked at the girl with worried eyes and quietly explained she needed help to save the forest. "The magic of our forest is slowly fading away," the fairy said sadly. After listening carefully, the brave young girl stood with courage and decided she would help save the forest. Together, the girl and the fairy began an unforgettable journey deep into the mysterious heart of the glowing woods. As they traveled forward, a magical glowing path slowly appeared beneath their feet, lighting the way ahead for them. They arrived at a sparkling river, where shimmering water danced beautifully. They carefully climbed between giant ancient trees that stretched high into the sky, like magical towers above them. The fairy flew ahead, guiding the girl safely through every twist and turn hidden within the forest. After a long travel, they reached a strange and shadowy place where lights have faded away. In that dark part of the forest, the plants looked weak and lifeless. At the very center of the darkness stood a glowing crystal. Its powerful light was becoming weaker. "This crystal is the heart of all our magic," the fairy explained, while looking sadly at the fading light. The brave girl stepped closer to the crystal, determined to help save the forest. She placed her hand against the glowing crystal, and the air around them began to change. Without warning, a bright magical light burst from the crystal and quickly grew stronger than before. The glowing energy spread through the forest like sunlight, bringing life and beauty back to the forest. Little by little, the darkness disappeared completely. Warm golden light filled the magical forest once again. Watching the forest come back to life, the fairy smiled with happiness. "You saved our home and our magic," the fairy said gratefully. Now the magical forest looked more beautiful than ever before, filled with sparkling colors, glowing plants. But after their adventure was finally over, the time came for the girl and the fairy to say goodbye. The fairy gently placed a glowing magical gift into the young girl's hands. "This magical light will always guide and protect you," the fairy whispered softly as her wings began to glow brighter. As the sun slowly began to set, the young girl finally made her peaceful journey back home. Even after returning home, she could never forget the magical fairy and the incredible adventure. Late at night, the distant forest would glow softly again beneath the shining stars in the sky. Whenever she saw that magical glow in the distance, she knew her fairy friend was still watching. And from that day forward, their magical friendship remained alive. Forever.